Hello YouTube. Today we have a 2002 Chevy Trailblazer, and the problem is that the battery was replaced, and after putting the new battery on, I noticed that out of this vent here and this vent here, only hot air would come out. The air conditioning, this is the type of air conditioning this vehicle has. The air conditioning worked fine on that right side of the vehicle, but on the left side, it's hot air, as if you had the heater on. And here where I'm at 90 degrees, that's not what you want. So, of course, what I did for a couple of days, till I was able to do some reading and wait till the weekend to take it apart, what I did is I closed this vent and that vent so nothing would be coming out of here, and cold air would come out of there just so the vehicle could be driven. That's what you could do if you just stumbled upon this video and don't have the time or the patience to do what I'm about to show you. So I found out this vehicle has 4 actuators that control the direction of the air, depending on what you're doing here, where the air is coming out of, depending on what you're doing here, and of course what you're doing here. Okay, so even though, as you can see, always have it on cold, again, hot air was coming out of these vents. So what I figured out is that this one here, the one that's right there, okay, seems to have gone bad for some strange reason. I've never seen that before, but with this vehicle, when you disconnect the battery and connect the same battery back on, or put power back into the ignition, these actuators seem to have to reset for some strange reason. So hopefully I can duplicate it now and show you what's happening. If that seems similar to the problem you're having, you probably hear this noise. And take a look at that. Take a look at, while I turn the ignition, take a look at that right there. What happens? Actually, it didn't do it this time. What it does is you see it going all one way and then coming back, depending on where you have fear, whether you have the hot or the cold. But it didn't do it this time. You just heard the noise, though. I guess it just got worse and worse and worse, where now it won't do anything. So again, if that's what you have, exactly what I'm telling you, again, you may have a different situation. Remember, there's 4 of these. There's 2 here and 2 on the other side. Try to figure out, depending on what's going on with your system, which one is wrong, but which one is bad. But again, if what you're having is hot air coming out of the 2 vents on the left, and the air conditioning itself is working fine out of the right, that's what you have. It's this right here. So now I'm going to order this and replace it. Something you could do is you could also, if you don't want to spend the money, as you can see, we're in 2018 and this is a 2002, depending on what this right here cost, I may just disconnect this and turn it with a screwdriver right there. As you can see, a big screwdriver would fit in there perfectly, and turn it to where I need it to be, so that it's just cold air coming out. Since where I live, I don't even think a couple of days out of the year I would use the heater on this vehicle, even though it's not my vehicle, it's a family member's. But again, hopefully that helps somebody out. I also always like to show what I did in reverse. You'll need to remove these right here, which are 10 millimeter. Okay, so you're going to need a 10 millimeter. You're going to need a, see this, 8 millimeter, for the battery terminal on this vehicle. Remove the battery, negative, of course. And you're going to need a 7mm, okay, for most of these, which are all around, in order to remove the pieces that I'm going to show you now. Okay, of course, you're also on some going to need a Phillips screwdriver. And for this right here, it's one right there and one on the other side. Okay, that's what you're looking for if you need to remove that. And that is going to be a 7/32. Okay, so in reverse, I'm going to show you. You'll have to remove this right here under the steering wheel. Okay, this is what you're going to see. It's going to look like that. It's just four nuts there. Then before that, you're going to remove this. Okay, pretty easy. I mean, there's two, one there and one there. Okay, and in the back, so you know what you're working with. You got one there. You're gonna have to remove that, of course, and this one, depending on the accessories your vehicle has. These here, these fall off. Okay, so make sure you don't lose these. If not, you're probably gonna have a lot of noise as you get vibration. If you've never taken one of these apart, this was what else will be keeping it on. Be really careful you don't confuse an actual bolt with one of these clips and you tear something up. So just make sure you remove all the screws first, and then this is what's holding that on. Pretty easy. Okay. In the center console, I removed that, but you don't really need. It gave me a little bit more room, but you don't need to remove that. You have this right here. It's on the bottom. This right here goes on the bottom. Okay. You got one there. You got one there. And that's pretty much it. Got clips to hold that on. And then the first thing you're going to do, remember I'm doing this in reverse for you. You got this one here, and you got that one there, and you have two right here. This is what you're going to be looking at there. Okay, so again, pretty easy, but it is very time consuming, of course. Careful with these. These are pretty easy. You just, depending on which one, usually you just press here. There we go. You just press and it comes out. That one there just presses and comes out. So again, out on here I have this, an AC inverter, 1500 watts. So I have that hooked up here for him on this vehicle. But again, that was my my problem. Again, as you can see, a lot of electrical, a lot of screws and bolts, but not that difficult. But again, very time consuming. Okay, just took it apart. Very easy, just 4 screws. And I don't know if the camera will catch this, but if you look at the large wheel, there's a crack right there, crack right there, and a crack right there. So seems like what happened, that cracked right there, and this is turning, but it's not moving that right there. I thought it would be something like, you know, one of these little teeth right here broke, but instead of that is actually this versus this. So again, I'm gonna see if I can turn it, since again, he doesn't use the heater. And if he does, maybe a couple of days out of the year. So unless I can find this part at a reasonable price online, I'm just going to go ahead, and while it's on the vehicle from the other side, you know, I can do this and turn it, and that should work. And again, if not, just real simple, just going to order a new one. Okay, so again, if these videos help you out, I know a lot of you comment, and especially the dryer one and other ones I've done has saved you a lot of money and time. Please like the videos. That helps the channel. share the videos, and subscribe. Thank you.